let's see how this goes. It's day 2 of Mario and the Rabbids. I'm super excited about this. Yesterday was a lot of fun. It reminded me how much I missed streaming. Oh shit, I gotta turn my monitor back on. Here we go, though. We're on World 1-3. On the first Mario and the Rabbids game. The second game comes out tomorrow. I have it bought. So, it's ready to go. All we have to do is turn it on tomorrow, and fingers crossed, it'll work. So, here we go. Waiting for it to load. So, let's see. Let's go down here. I don't think I missed any collectibles over here. Some of these maps, after you do the battles on them, there's collectibles hidden away on them, which is clever. It's a nice way to hide them because you can't really get to them during the battles most of the time. So if you don't go back and search an area you just had a battle in, you'll never know they're there. I don't think we need... I'm going to try to do as much of this without the extra health option as possible. I don't want to use extra health unless I really have to. It's on easy mode. I should be fine. Let's see. I'll move Mario up here. It's so boring playing this early game because I have absolutely no skills. I probably should have done that different. But oh well. We'll deal with it. I probably should have moved Peach over there and then had Mario jump off of Peach and he could have at least gotten up in their faces, kind of. It's so annoying to not have skills. Play this entire game, get all of the best weapons, and have all your skills statted out how you want them. I maybe could have shot them? I don't know. I'm not gonna worry about it. Yeah, you try to shoot me and shoot that brick wall. Ha ha ha. Better than you. Can she shoot? Let's go this way. Where I put him, he has a 0% chance, so I'm going to put him in cover so that at least he doesn't get shot on their turn. That's probably the best thing I can do. Let's just shoot the yo-yo just for the shits and giggles. Got me a piece of gold out of it. Look at that. He gets 0 no matter where I put him, so... Oh, you know what? I could do this. Yeah. There we go. That gets us a shot. Oh, shit. I hit with the honey. Oh, and he got me some gold. Look at that. That's so nice, that rabbit.
Whoa!
2 pieces of gold. They're really nice to me today. Let's go with Luigi. Hey, Pizza Face! I was wondering if you would show up at some point. Let's go. Okay. I was a little worried because Luigi's range is kind of shitty. I didn't know if he'd be able to actually shoot anybody from down here, but it says 50% chance. We'll take it. Oh yeah! Yeah, my girlfriend was saying that. She was telling me that last night. Let's try flip-flopping these. There we go. Is that better? I completely forgot about that. I was like, I need to change. I got on last night and I was screwing with my settings, and I messed with everything except for that. Like, I got chat to work so that I can see everybody's chat, and that is the one thing that I forgot. I was trying to figure out what I was doing before I fucking started messing with my mics. It's weird, because that's one of those things that changes game by game. Like, I'll play one game and it'll be, like, really quiet. And then I'll play a different game and all of a sudden the game audio is, like, stupid loud. Cool. Cool. Let's see, what do I got? How are you doing today, Pizza Face? Oh, shit. I thought I shot... This is what I get for talking and trying to fix the mic while playing the game. Well, now Mario's out of range. I guess he's not shooting nobody. That's the shits. I think this might just be a get to the end of the thing. I know there's a challenge on this map where to get to the area thing. I don't actually know how many turns I have. I probably should have been moving more than I was. Let's go this way. Oh shit, I can't do that. Who can get to that pipe? Anybody? Damn. Can Peach? Oh. No. I might actually lose this. I don't know if I can get them over there. There's really two types of missions in this game, in the main game anyway, and one of them is just kill the bad guys, and the other one is get to these areas, and I don't know if I can get to the area. Shit. And that could be an issue, because you only get so many turns to do it. Oh, no, I can. Look at that. I know what I was doing. I meant to do that the whole time. 4 and 7 turns. See? Perfect. I got a perfect score. I meant to do it. There was no worry or concern in my voice. That's fucking great. Look at that. 2 perfects. I got a golden trophy on my first tryout. I didn't use any of the easy modes. Oh, and there's a thing here. How am I? I'm not too bad. I'm not too bad. My goal is to be on every morning at this time, stream for like an hour and a half, and then go to work. So, I heard that Fault is shutting down. I'm actually going to start, I think I'm going to start recording some like news blogs on the weekends. I just have to figure out which games I'm going to do them about. Probably games that I'm going to play. So I have a list of games that I'm debating we're going to play on stream. Overwatch 2, as much as I have some issues with some of the things that game is doing, with the chat recording and stuff like that, when I play Overwatch 2, I'm just going to... It is vital that we stop that Rabbid who integrated himself with the Super Merge before he creates more atrocities. Oh good, he's got mail. Recently I have another message from our mysterious friend. Let me read it to you. Congrats, Bebo. You have successfully led your party through trials and travels worthy of the Odyssey. Something, something, credit is due, blah, blah, Mario. Just get to the game. But if I play Overwatch on the stream, I won't be on mic, is basically what I was going to say. I have... Oh, good, we're getting our skills now. That's all I needed to know. He could have just said, and here you go, have some skills, and I would have been much more amped to read all that. But, yeah, I won't be playing Overwatch 2 on mic. I mean, I'll have mic on the stream, of course, but I won't be getting on mic in the actual match. it's one of those things. I'm very against that. Like, there's so many other ways you could combat toxicity than record people's voices. It's weird. But yeah, I hadn't played Fault. I hadn't even tried it. I wish I had now. I'm hoping the next time I get to play Overprime that it actually works right. See, there's no reason this PC shouldn't play Overprime. Because it used to play, what's the game that I'm thinking of, Pizza Face, that I can't, what's the predecessor? Fucking, is it Paladin? What's the name of the defunct MOBA that I can't think of right now, that my brain is... But yes, it used to play that game. I know I've played that game on this PC, and that was when I had a worse graphics card. So there's no reason this PC shouldn't be able to play Overprime when it is basically the same game. Defeat all enemies. Okay, that's where we're going. We're going to go defeat all the enemies. We're going to move... I'll move Mario second. Yeah, I got the hit. Paragon. There we go. Yeah. Paragon. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Paladins. I was calling it that last night, too, when I was talking to somebody. I was like, Paladins, yeah. I think I was talking to my coworker about it, and I was like, God, I know that's not the name. It starts with a P, though. I know it starts with a P. But yeah, Paragon used to play on this PC, so I know I should, in theory, be able to play Overprime on this PC. But that test weekend, it did not want to work. It was super laggy. What's the other, the game that, who's the guy that Mangoose does videos with? And he works for they're doing the one game. Is it Ethereal? That game worked semi-decent when I played it during that test weekend. Well, I can't shoot anybody, but I can put on my hero watch and at least maybe get a shot off. Oh, I can get the push. I forgot about that. Yeah, there we go. Killed him, I think. Yeah, killed him. Put on Luigi's shield. Just end the turn. Jelly Knees! That's who I was trying to think of. It is on the tip of my tongue. I'm like, I know the name. I watch pretty much all of Mangoose's content most of the time. And what's funny is I haven't played, nor am I as interested in the Paraclones as Mr. Mangoose. But I like his content. I am somewhat excited about those games. I'm really excited for King's Hunt comes out in early access at the end of the month. And I'm pretty stoked for that. They've retooled King's Hunt a lot. It was like a MOBA slash Dark Souls type feel to it. Like it was very, you died very fast. And it looks like they've retooled it quite a bit. It looks like it's got a little bit different of a pacing now than it did when I played it. They have some good videos up on the King's Hunt YouTube page for that game now that show like full match gameplay with a couple of the characters. And like I said, it comes out in early access on the 3rd of November. It's still a MOBA. And you can like, they've retooled some of the building stuff, or you can like build stuff like walls, like pretty much any place you want. And summon creatures and stuff. It looks really neat, and it looks faster. It looks closer to gigantic than it did when I played it. When I played it, all of the characters were very slow and clunky, and all the movement was just it felt like Dark Souls movement. It was very slow and clunky. I know you're not. It's sad. We've lost you to the single-player games. But that definitely happens to me, too. There's definitely times where I go through phases where I'd rather play single-player stuff. That's pretty much... until I started playing Pokemon Unite last year, I hadn't really played that many multiplayer games since I stopped streaming. Like, whenever I streamed Splatoon, that was the last time I really was streaming anything that'll probably kill him. Yeah. From what I understand about Project Stamina, so Project Stamina, for anybody that doesn't know, is the successor to the video game Gigantic that was out a couple of years ago. It was basically just like a spiritual sequel to Gigantic. From what I understand, so the whole thing collapsed because of people who I'm not going to name on this stream. Because he was ineffectively leading the project and nobody liked what he was doing. Basically just being a dick, from what I've gathered. But, so, they shut down the Discord and they shut down the project altogether because the lead director of the project, whatever, he was being a dick and everybody left, basically. Or at least all the lead developers left on the project. So then he shut it down, he shut down the Discord, and he stopped all production on it because he was throwing a fit. And he didn't plan on doing anything with it from what I can gather, it seemed like. But the Discord is back up. And if you go on there and read, supposedly, I don't know whether it's one of the people that was developing it or whether it was multiple people. A couple times in a couple posts he says we. So I don't know whether he bought it himself or whether multiple project developers bought the project from him. But supposedly they have bought the project from him and they're going through all the legal paperwork to get the project transferred over into their names, as well as the process of trying to get development back going. So, I think it's Jake. I think it's J-A-K. He's on that Discord, and he has a couple posts, and you can search his posts, like the most recent ones. The most recent one was in August, and he said basically that they're still going through some of the legalese stuff, and that I really don't want to leave him there. I think I'll choose the safe option and go down here. That they're still working on getting the project up and running again and figuring out... Shit. It was a 50-50 shot. I took my shot. Does he have his... No, he doesn't. Shit. It's so weird only doing 37 damage. Let's go to here, and then I will shoot. I will take my chance at a 50%. I could shoot that guy, but that'll hurt Mario. I probably shouldn't have left Mario next to that push box. But basically the project is they're transferring it over legally to the new owner or owners. That part I'm kind of unclear about. And they're trying to get it back up and running. But all of the main, like, lead developers who did a lot of the work, a lot of them left, and some of them took their work with them. So... And I know at least the couple developers that I used to follow on Twitter before, when I still had my Twitter up, the couple of developers I followed on Twitter were pretty adamant that they would never want to come back to the project. I know a couple of them said they threw away all of their Project Stamina related stuff, and that, and I wish they would come back because I liked a lot of the stuff they were doing. It hasn't been for nothing. I mean, am I going to get my hopes up? Do I think the game is going to resurrect from the dead? No. At this point, I'm pretty much just assuming that it's dead, and if something comes out of it, great, fantastic. I'll be pleasantly surprised. But these guys seem like they care. And if it is multiple people that are sort of taking over it together, I think that'll be much better for the project in the long run, because I think that was one of the problems it sounded like they had the first time, is that mastermind of this whole thing just kind of took over and was bullying people around. And the one thing I liked about Project Stamina from the start was that it sounded like a community project to revive a dead game where there were multiple people. Mario's dead, great. Where there were multiple people sort of working on the project and working together to sort of bring the project back together. And it seemed like the longer it went on, the less it became about the team vision and the more it came about one person's vision. And one person sort of making demands of the team of what they wanted in the game, or what, what should be done. And, it's a free project. None of these people were making money off making Project Stamina. They were probably losing money because they probably could have been spending their time doing other stuff. So it's a tough situation. I can do that. And then I can come over here and shoot him and maybe kill them both. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Nope. But hopefully it comes back. Because Jake posted in the beginning of summer. It was like May or June. It might have been April. I want to say it was May. He made a post about how they were going through the legal stuff to get the IP and to get all the assets from Mr. Fancy Pants. Then he didn't post all summer, and he made this new post about a month ago. It was back in August. And he said, so about a month and a half ago now, that basically that he had been going through a lot, like in his personal life, and so that he had kind of, between that and getting all the legal stuff done, I think that should kill him, that he just hadn't had time to post or update anybody. And I would suspect that even after... Sweet, I cleared it. Mario died, otherwise I would have got a perfect. Oh well, I accept it. I'll deal with it. I suspect that even after they get the IP and everything squared away where they can legally work on the game and take over development of it, I don't think we're going to be getting updates for quite a while. It sounds like the team is basically down to nobody. It sounds like they're going to have to get a lot of new people to work on the project. The project has a bad name now, so trying to get people to want to come work on it is going to be probably pretty difficult. I don't have the ability to push yet. No pushing. BDSM ducks. But it sounds like... I thought this was a puzzle. Yeah, there it is. I was like, I thought this was a puzzle. Because the first time I came through here, I missed this thing. Because the switch is... I don't remember where the switch is at. And this was a wall. And this was a wall. And this was a wall. But, you know, they're gonna have... No, 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 no. Is it this way? There's a switch for that. Trying to figure out this puzzle and talk at the same time. But yeah, they're gonna have to get people back on working on the thing, and then they're gonna have to get. I might do that red coin thing some other time. Oh. They're gonna have to get people working on the project again. They're gonna have to get people organized. I'm sure they're missing some of the roles because I know they were having trouble finding certain people to do certain things before. I'm really hoping they can talk some of the other people into coming back. You know, especially the art team. I know a lot of the art team left, and the art team is such a big part of, you know, Gigantic itself. Art is such a big part of that game that it would be weird to not try to get the art team back, just because I can't imagine. You'd have to bring in somebody that had never played Gigantic and be like, okay, try to copy this art. And I just don't know how well that would work. Let's get these two their new weapons. We're gonna do push because fire can hurt me. So I don't like fire that much because it lights them on fire and then they can run into me and light me on fire. Meh. Yeah, they were all doing it for free. I think there were a couple of them that were making some kind of, probably a little bit of money off of it. Like, because they had a Patreon, so that money was going somewhere. So I don't know where that money from that Patreon was going, is the thing. Like, it had to be going somewhere. I think this is the bridge that goes to nowhere. I think there's a chest or something down here. Oh no, it's a coin thing, okay. So they had a Patreon, so there was money going somewhere, because I was donating to that Patreon for a long time, so that money was going somewhere. I just don't know where it was going. I was under the impression that they were not necessarily paying some of the people on the project, like, necessarily a full salary, but that some of the people on the project were getting a little bit of a kickback for their time. But I don't know if that's the case. But the money had to be going somewhere. I still have my merch for it. I got a sweet ass jacket in the closet and a shirt that's got Fan. I can't remember what Fan's name was. Her name was Fan for so long. It's got Fan on it. Sweet, we're in World 1 of 5 now. Yeah. We're just tearing up the time we are on the higher ground compared to our enemies. Did you know that you gain a damage bonus when you attack from above? Fire upon your enemies from this vantage point to save yourself. Cool. And is it gonna let me mess with my... So they gave me skills, but I can't edit my skill tree. That's weird. Why would you give me those two things at separate times? Why would you not? You know, I'm not gonna even try to understand it. It's what it is. So they had a Patreon, so the money was going somewhere. So I don't know. But yeah, they were all doing it for free, basically. It was all in their free time. They were all doing it for free. And, you know, one person had to be a dick to people and mess it up. Or be pushy with people. You know, and I don't know. There's two sides to every story. But when you have multiple head developers coming out and basically saying the same thing about one person... It's kind of hard to be like, you know, is everything they're saying, you know, not true? Probably not. It's a 50% chance shot. I'm going to move Luigi down there because he can't shoot anybody from above anyway. You know. I don't know. I talked to that developer a few times, and what I will say is my interactions with him were very pleasant. Sup, Gerhard? Awesome. Missed you, buddy. I should be playing multiplayer games hopefully in the next week or two. I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna jump. The sequel to this comes out tomorrow. I'm gonna start that, and then I am going to finish that. And then I'm gonna finish this. Then I'm gonna go to multiplayer, and I might be streaming King's Hunt a little bit when that comes out on the 2nd of November, which is in a couple of weeks. But I might try to squeeze in a couple of days of like Overwatch or something at some point. And I don't know if I'm going to be, if I stream on the weekends, I think it's going to be a nighttime stream, so it'll be different than during the week. But yeah, I don't know. I should preference everything I have said with, from what I have heard and from what I have seen in other reports, the lead developer was just crossing a line with people. But I spoke to the man. Granted, I didn't work for the man. He was always pleasant to me in our interactions. I pretty much everybody. I've talked to several people on the Project Stamina team, and all of them were very. They were always really nice to me. I didn't have a problem with anybody, but like I said, I didn't work for any of them, and that can make a difference, you know. Some people treat their employees differently than they do, you know, me. I was giving them free press, and so I understand why they were being nice to me. But it never came off like that. It never came off like they were just pandering for me to do stuff. It was always just like, hey, Snappy, if you're going to do a video on Project Stamina, we can get you some art assets. That way you don't have to, like, screenshot the video and rip the art assets from it. Because that's what I was having to do. So I don't know. But, yeah, they were all doing it for free, but I don't know where any of that money was going. I don't know if maybe that main guy was taking it all, if maybe he was working full-time on the project and he was catching all the money. I don't know. I don't know how their setup worked. I always assumed they were just kind of spreading it around. I feel like they mentioned on a couple of their streams that they kicked it around a little bit to different people, but I don't know that for sure, so it's all just speculation. I don't know. I know they were all doing it for free. It was all in their free time. I have been well, Gerhard. It's been a crazy couple years. There's been a lot going on. I mean, my life is no more stressful now than it always is, so, you know. How you been, Gerhard? Hopefully I keep streaming again. So when I quit streaming, I started working, and I was talking to Pizza Face about this last week. My camera didn't want to turn. That was weird. I went from streaming. I stepped down at my job, which I talked about in one of the last streams that I did with Gigantic, I think. And I started doing 2 jobs. And the problem with that was I had no time to stream. I was working 70 hours a week. I worked 2 jobs. And when I quit doing that, I quit doing that last year. So for 3 years, I had 2 jobs. I worked 70 hours a week. And is there any way I can get over there where I can actually get a 100% shot on him? No. I can come down here, though, and get a 50% chance, so we're going to take that. Damn. But last year, I had an opportunity come up where at my full-time job, I was able to take, basically, it wasn't a promotion, but I had an opportunity to come up to switch jobs there, and it basically made up the difference to where I'm making as much now as I did when I was working 2 jobs. So now I don't have to work 2 jobs anymore, and I'm actually making more money than I was I'm making more working 40 hours a week now than I was working 70. So it's nice to work half the hours and get the same amount of pay. I really should have been paying attention to this map. Where's this guy at? He's over there. Mario is the only one near him. Yeah, I got him. I think the only way back up there is over here. I'm gonna leave Luigi down up there because I'm afraid that if I start moving them around that other way, that guy's gonna jump back down to the ground, and then I'm not gonna be able to, then I'm gonna have the opposite problem where he's still out of range. I don't have anything left to end the turn. But yeah, so I stopped doing 2 jobs last year, but I've been focusing a lot on my writing. I've got a couple books done. Not published, but they're done. I got to do some edits and some like second drafts and stuff like that. But fingers crossed, someday I'll publish them. But I hadn't really thought about streaming again, and it just kind of came up in the last couple of weeks that I was sitting around and I was like, I was watching, as narcissistic as it sounds, I love watching my old streams. I love, like, I don't know, it's just good memories. Like, I enjoyed playing Gigantic with all you guys. It was a good old time, and I find myself hilarious. I'm fucking hilarious. So, I was sitting around and I was watching some of my old streams because I was at work, and the guy I work with, his girlfriend has a YouTube page, and we were talking about that, and I was talking about my streams, and I was saying, you know, I'm like, oh man, I used to stream, I miss it. And I was like, oh, watch some of my streams. So I threw them on my headset and I was listening to them while I worked. And, is Luigi a 50% shot? No. What if I move Luigi over here? No. Nowhere is he a 50% shot. Well, that sucks. We're going to move Luigi through this pipe and up here to probably save his life. But anyway, I was watching those streams, and it kind of made me nostalgic, and I was like, I really want to stream again. I really want to make some content. So I started doing the YouTube shorts, which if anybody hasn't watched my shorts, go watch my shorts. And those have done, like, I didn't plan on streaming again, so I thought I'd just do the shorts, and we'd see how the shorts go. And because I thought that was a simple, easy way. I could cut up some of the old streams. I could take some clips off my Xbox that I had never uploaded, and I could put those in shorts, and I could just do shorts, and that would be a thing. I could just do those. And the shorts have taken off. They have the numbers on those shorts have been amazing, and I don't know whether it's YouTube. My only guess is it's YouTube pushing those damn shorts so much to try to catch up with like TikTok and Instagram shorts. But dear God, the numbers on those shorts have just been amazing, and they've been so exciting to see. The numbers on those have been so exciting that I've basically been like, well, if the shorts are doing good, maybe I should start streaming again. The Titanfall short that I posted earlier this week, I think it was Sunday. I think it's one of my, like, I want to say it's in the top 3. It's at least in the top 5. It's in my top 5 most watched videos of all time. And it got that way after like 2 hours. It was like 2 hours. It just exploded. It went to like almost 2,000 views in like just a couple of hours. It was crazy. And the crazy part is Titanfall's not even that popular of a game. So, same with the Mario one. The Mario one did really good. There was another one I posted last week. I don't remember if it was the Overwatch one. It was one of the other ones I posted. It did. There's been a couple of them now that have done really, really well. That have ended up in like the top like 5, 10 videos of all time I've ever done, and that was just really, really encouraging as far as like, okay, maybe I'll come back and try this again. Maybe defeat the boss. I remember having a bunch of problems the first time I did this level. I don't think I can shoot anyone. So we're going to put on Overwatch. And we're going to move Peach over here. But yes, thank you for watching the Shorts Pizza Face. It's appreciated. Every view counts. I have, actually. I've gotten more... So one of the things I've always struggled with on this channel is growth. And that a huge part of that is probably just because I stream games that nobody watches. And that's been 99% of my content has been streams, and streams of games that nobody watches on top of it. And it's made it really hard to grow on this channel. That's probably the reason my subscriber count is so low. Which sucks. So, when I first started streaming, my subscribers kind of exploded a little bit because I was streaming with Sauce. But I wasn't streaming, I was putting out content with Sauce. That's where the morning sauce comes from. I did that for about 3 months, and I got 100 subscribers. Which isn't a lot, but for me, it's a lot. But then the entire time I was streaming Gigantic, we were pretty much between 99 and 130. I think 130 was the height I was at. How far can I get Luigi? He's got his shield bubble, so I'm not as worried about him getting shot when I take him over here. So, when I talk about, like, how many subscribers I got when I was streaming Gigantic, it wasn't a lot. Like, the number was pretty small, because I was streaming a game that nobody watched. And since I've started doing these shorts, I have gotten 3 subscribers in a week. 2 of them were off of, I want to say it was the video. It wasn't Titanfall. Titanfall got me 1. But the other big video I had before Titanfall, and I can't think of which one it was right now. When that one popped off, I got 2 subscribers off of that video. Which was just crazy. Which it's cool. Because the thing is, I get a lot of views off of those shorts, but I haven't gotten a lot of subscribers. But as far as, for me though, 3 doesn't sound like a lot, but 3 is a lot when we're talking about my page and how much I've struggled to grow. I have learned a lot over the last couple of years though, as far as like YouTube algorithm stuff and like what I need to be doing to make the page more popular. So hopefully I can get some growth, because I like growth. If you're gonna do something, do it well, you know. Let's do that. Yeah, boy. There we go. Now all I have left is that guy. So, you know, hopefully. But I have a bunch of... I'm going to start branching out and doing, I think, a bigger variety than sticking to one game. Overwatch will probably be like a primary one. I'm hoping King's Hunt looks so good. They have, like I said, they have a couple videos out on their page. Check them out if you get time, because they're... I just think that game looks really good. I know you don't care about multiplayer, so maybe you don't need to go check them out, but they just look real solid. Let's see how far over here I can get. And not get attacked by that piranha plant. King's Hunt, Overprime, and Overwatch will probably be the 3 right now that I'm looking at focusing the most on. I'm probably going to do some Gundam content too. I'm probably going to do... some Gundam content. I'm probably going to do... Gundam. I've looked a little bit at Battlefront. I was trying to look at games that I know Gerhard and I know... Tryhard were playing, and a couple of the other regulars that used to come in here. I went through and was looking at a couple of their Xbox feeds last night, looking at games that people have played that kind of fall under the umbrella of things that I want to play, which is like character shooter, MOBA type stuff. Yeah, and that kind of falls into the character shooter genre. I mean, it basically is a character shooter. I mean, the characters aren't very character-y, but it's still a character shooter. You're still picking a character, you're not customizing a loadout or anything. Shit. Well. You know what? We're gonna do this. I don't think it won't hit him, but this is probably a waste of a turn right there, but, you know. Get Luigi out of here. Yeah, it's a Star Wars game, but it's a character shooter, basically. So, Gundam is basically Overwatch. It's pretty decent. I played some of it. I have it on PC. And I was playing a little bit of it last weekend. It's not bad. I think the levels are a little bland. That's probably my big problem with it right now. Is that the levels on it are kind of bland. Like, they all just kind of feel the same. They're all just like, desolate moon, desolate space. Like, it's all brown and gray. There's not a lot of variety to the levels, which I think is weird, because Gundam, if you watch the series, it covers, like, a wide variety of, like, places. Like, they go to Earth all the time. Like, they have battles in the desert, they have battles in the forest, they have battles in, like, the jungle. I guess. I think that genre, I think it's finally kind of hitting its peak. I think it's coming down a little bit. I think that's why Overwatch 2 is blowing up so much, is because people are so tired of the Battle Royale genre. And take Mario, and put Mario here, and I'm going to shoot at him, because if I miss, I'll hit that firebox. Oh, no, I don't. I was hoping I'd hit that firebox and light him on fire. What I want to do is get Luigi over here with these two, but I don't think I can do it, because if I move Luigi, he's going to die. So I'm just going to move Luigi to here. What else? For Honor, I've looked at that a little bit. That's just hard to get back into, because it's got such a big skill curve because of all the combos and stuff in it. That might be one I'd have to play off stream a little bit. I'm trying to get... I want to get to the point where I feel confident playing Pokemon Unite on stream, but I don't know if I'm quite there yet. I'm pretty close. I want to get to Master Rank in Pokemon Unite. If I can do that, Pokemon Unite will be another big one that I'm really looking at. So Pokemon Unite and Overwatch 2, definitely, and then maybe over Prime and King's Hunt. As like the second tier down, and then the third tier down would probably be like Gundam, and maybe like For Honor and Battlefront. I made a list last night when I was sitting around, because I want a little bit more variety rather than just stream the same shit all the time. But it's got to kind of fall into the genre of games that I want to play and I want to focus the channel around, which is character shooters. So... So it's got to fall into that kind of range of game, or that type of general game. I hate battle royales. I wish I could get into them. I don't think there's Darwin Project a little bit, but other than that, I've tried so hard. That genre killed multiplayer for me. It really did, because right around the time Gigantic died, that's when that kind of really caught fire. And, man, everything was a battle royale, and it's one of those things where it was like, man, I just can't do it. I wish I could, but I can't. Depending on how much Mario does with this shot is going to depend on what I do for the rest of the game. Because if Mario does a crap ton of damage, I'm going to just send everybody else over here to take their licks. And hopefully win. And now I should be able to finish him off with Luigi. But man, I've tried so hard. Like, I've tried almost every character shooter that's out there, and I just can't, for the life of me, find one that I like. I can't believe that's out of range. What is it, like 1 square? Yeah, it's literally 1 square. Shit. So Peach is probably gonna die. Unless he targets Luigi. I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna get my gold trophy for this, but I can come back and get the gold trophy later. We're gonna do... Because I know if I can get Mario over there, Mario can kill him in one shot. So what I'm hoping is, I can take Mario, I can run down here, I can jump off of... How is that not 100% chance to hit? It doesn't even make any sense to me, but I'm gonna do it anyway. There's a new one called Super People with one. I was surprised anyone was making new. Yeah, I saw that. I was looking at something in I was scrolling through Twitch, because I scroll through Twitch a lot and just look at like the numbers on the different games as far as like how many viewers they have. I don't know why. I find statistics are very interesting to me for some weird reason. And I saw that. I saw Super People, and I was like, what the fuck is Super People? But yeah, you would think... I've played video games for a long time, and watching the video game industry, I would say this is basically what happens. Every 3 to 5 years, I'm gonna say it's probably closer to 3, a new genre or a new style of game sort of pops off and gets real popular. And this should kill him. Then it fades away within like 3 to 5 years. Like, that just tends to be... Oh, I love Rabbid Peach so much. But it seems like most genres or most popular gaming trends last about 3 to 5 years and then they die off. And so, I don't... If I was in the gaming industry, and... Because, like, look at character shooters. They were popular from, like, 2016 to, like, maybe 2018, maybe 2019. And now Battle Royales. They were popular when... That's when Battle Royales picked up, like, 2019, 2018. And 2021, 2022, we're seeing this decline. I don't know why anybody... I don't know why the industry can't seem to grasp that, like, if you're going to make a Battle Royale, like, 3 years into the Battle Royale boom, you're probably not going to be successful. And I think there were probably way better games than Super People, because I watched a little bit of that, and I just wasn't impressed. I'm not saying it's a bad game, I guess, it didn't catch my attention. It's one turn off and one character from getting it perfect. But I think that Ubisoft had a Battle Royale. What was it? Hyper something, or what was it? Ubisoft had a Battle Royale, and that looked really cool. And I thought that was really neat. But it didn't take off. I know it had issues from some of the things I gather from talking to different people, but and some of the different streamers I watch and stuff that had played it. But yeah, Ubisoft had that, what was that? Hyperspace? Ubisoft had one, and it was like, futuristic sci-fi, and like, people were jumping all over the map, and I forget what it was called. Let me look it up. I bet I can look it up real quick. Ubisoft Battle Royale game. Hyperscape. That's what it was. It was Hyperscape. And I think it's completely shut down now. I don't think Hyperscape is a thing anymore. I don't know who else is in here besides Pizza Face, but thank you. Maybe it's just Gerhard and he's just chilling. But it says I have 2 viewers, so somebody else has got to be here. But yeah, Hyperscape had pretty, like, I thought the gameplay, watching the gameplay for that, I thought it was pretty cool. And I know, I from watching, like I said, from watching different YouTubers play it, I know it wasn't a perfect game, but it looked more interesting to me than most of the Battle Royales I have seen come out. Yeah, I don't even think it was in like beta or something, right? I don't fucking know. Can I do this switch puzzle? I can do this one. Blood Hunt. Which I played that a little bit too. I was really excited for it. There was a game way back in the day when I was a young Snappy called Guns the Duel Online. And Guns was probably one of my favorite games of all time. I have never seen anybody else do anything like Guns. It was this crazy, like, parkour shooter where you could, like, jump off walls and then jump off the other wall and just go back and forth across the walls and, like, do, like, diving shots and, like, all this crazy, like, Matrix bullshit. Um, oh, good, I got a gun for Luigi, who I don't have. And you had, like, swords and you could, like, deflect bullets. And what else was there? I think there was knives and but Guns was a crazy, crazy game. And Blood the Masquerade, Blood Hunt looked a lot like that as far as like visually watching Blood Hunt, but it does not play like that, which disappointed me. So I was super excited. I'm like, oh, good, somebody's reviving sort of a spiritual looking successor to the game that I used to love. And then it was nothing like that. It is not like it was not like Guns at all. It was very disappointing. I didn't mind Blood Hunt. I don't think it's bad. It was supposed to come out on, like, Xbox and PlayStation, I think. But I don't know if that plan got canceled or what. I actually was sick the day Blood Hunt came out. I didn't know it was coming out. And I was sick that day, and I actually, since I was off work, I just played it all day when it came out. And yeah, I was very underwhelmed by it. It wasn't a bad game. It just wasn't a great game. I'm missing something. There was something else I was supposed to do. Well, I probably just screwed this up. A lot of times when they put a red coin outside of a pipe like that, it's because they want you to go through the pipe. I don't know how many red coins I even have. I'm at 6. But I was really excited for Blood Hunt, and it just did not deliver. Oh, there's one more. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. The parkour just feels very stiff. Like, I think that was my problem with Blood Hunt, is that the parkour and the movement system in Guns, the game I used to play, was very fluid, and it was all sort of manual, and you could experiment a lot with it and do some neat stuff. And in Blood Hunt, it's very stiff, and a lot of it is like pre-programmed type animations. Like, you can't do a lot with it. It's a lot more locked in to what it wants you to do and how it wants you to use it. I thought it was going to be, because you pick, like, characters, and then you get, like, abilities and stuff based on those characters. And I thought it was going to be a lot more like you just had a default, like, everybody started out the same. It's called GUNZ, I believe. It's from like the early mid 2000s. It's Guns the Duel, I believe. Yeah, it's GUNZ the Duel. It's apparently the website's still up. It says it's still free to play. So I guess some people still play it. The last time I played it, it was like it was a mess. If I remember right, I looked it up. It had gotten chained, like somebody had bought it, and I don't know how long Guns the Duel's been out. It was a pretty fun game though, and I'm really surprised nobody ever took the same style of gameplay and tried to copy it, because it was like a Korean PvP game with like heavy, like, I wouldn't say pay to win, but like a lot of pay stuff in it. And it's funny because I've never met anybody else that's ever played it besides me and my high school buddies. And the one kid I work with at work, I was talking about it the one day, and he brought it up. Or he might have been the one that brought it up. He said, he's like, oh, Guns the Duel. And I was like, yeah, I used to play that all the fucking time. 7 people, 24-hour peak, yeah. And I never played Guns 2. I don't even know what Guns 2 is like in the slightest. I used to play, when I was in high school, I didn't have a good PC, and the internet in our town sucked. So me and my friends were very limited on things we could play. And we were kids, so we didn't have a lot of money to spend on like $60 games. So we were kind of limited to what games we could play that were free on PC. We played a lot of that. What was the other one we played? It wasn't Ragnarok. What was it? The other one we played, you probably would have liked, Pizza Face. It was like this multiplayer. It was PvP, but it kind of had like gigantic elements. God, what was it called? I just looked it up the other day and I can't even remember what it was called. It wasn't Ragnarok. What was it? It was something with an R. It's gonna drive me nuts. But like you picked your character class, and there were these different character classes, and you could be like an archer, you could be like this guy with an axe, you could be a soldier with a sword, who's like a knight. But each team had like a big golem character that sat at their base, and you had to like go to the enemy's base and like attack their golem and try to kill it. And it was a pretty fun game. What was that called? And you had to like, you like leveled up, and it was kind of like an RPG, and you equipped like different armor and weapons and stuff. Played a lot of Maple Story. Dofus, we played, I was Dofus beta. Early beta for Dofus, early beta for Wakfu. Played the shit out of those games. My high school friends played those games for a long, long, long time. Even after I was kind of done playing Dofus. They played Dofus and Wakfu for a long time. And those were free to play MMOs with free to play options. Which meant it was something that we could all play together, which was cool. Guns, though, was... Guns to this day I think about all the time, because it was just... It had such a good gameplay. Like, just the game... The game feel, or whatever you would call it, was just real solid with guns. The parkour was brilliant, the shooting was great. There's nothing like charging down a hallway and deflecting bullets with your katana. Bouncing off some walls and coming down on somebody's head and cutting them up. story is very grindy. It's very, very grindy. She's gonna die, isn't she? Shit. I should have played slower. Taking my time. Okay, that'll kill that guy. Oh, I should have slid into that character before I ran behind the thing. I didn't think about it. How much health does Luigi have? He has almost all his health. He can hide. He can draw some attention and be a... He can be a target for a turn. Maple's story isn't bad visually. I don't even think the gameplay's that bad. It's just very... At least back in 2006, 2007, whenever I was playing it, it was very grindy. You would grind for many, many hours to get one level, and we're talking like early levels. We're talking like, I forget where, like the first couple levels aren't bad, and then like once you hit like 5 or 6, it starts getting just ridiculous. Me not paying attention to what I'm doing. Let's go in with Luigi, actually. There we go. Now I opened up a shop for Mario. How much health does Mario? He has 220. So he has the most health. So I'm just going to put him in here in the middle of these guys for shits and giggles. It'll keep the other two from dying, I think. Yeah, there we go. What else did we play? We played Gunbound, which is like this... It's basically like Worms, if you've ever played Worms. You pick a vehicle, and it's like a side-scroller thing, and you shoot. Each vehicle shoots, has a weapon, but each weapon works differently, and kind of, some of them kind of like arcing missiles, some of them are kind of, they'll tag something and a laser will come straight down out of the sky, some of them are like machine guns that fire straight, from wherever they're at, and... What else? Man, we played there were so many games. So many games I played back then, and so many of them were so shitty. There's this one game I beta tested that was just terrible. It was like real shitty sprites. I think like 1 or 2 people were making it. It was supposed to be like this MMO thing. I don't even remember what that was called. I want to say Endless or something. It was real piss poor. Who's a little... Just that guy? There we go. Perfect. Rad. I'm okay with that. Jeez, what all did I... Man, there were so many weird games I played back in the day, but, man, I hate having a cold. Guns was... It was really cool. But Vampire the Blood Hunt is a lot like that in sort of visual style. What other battle royales have come out recently? I think there was another one. I don't even know.
Oh yeah, Mario time.
Oh yeah, it's Mario time. But I've tried so hard to get into the battle royale shit, like just because it's the popular genre. Everybody wants to play battle royales. Don't you want to play a battle royale? If I put her here, she's gonna get shot from behind. I think I can put her here, and it won't kill that Rabbid, but I'll be able to hit him, and I shouldn't get shot by the other people. I don't like them. I know they're the popular genre, and it's probably not cool to shit on the popular genre, but they're too random for me. I grew up playing stuff like Halo and Gears of War and Call of Duty, where you started in a set place, that other teams started in a set place, you both went towards the middle of the map, and you shot each other. And I've played PUBG maybe 2 or 3 times. My problem with battle royales is just they're too random. The maps. I have the same problem with normal, like, old school shooters when the player size gets too big and the maps get too big. The bigger the map and the more players you have on it, the more possibilities you have for random bullshit to happen. And I'm sorry, but I just don't like that. This will probably be the last fight that I have on this today, by the way. And I can't slide into him, but I can go here. And poor Luigi, you can't shoot anybody. Yeah, and that's the other thing that I have a problem with it is, I think that's why I have a problem with the randomness of it, is because you have so many players doing so many random things. You have a guy, like, sits in a fucking building for the entire match, and he just gets lucky enough that the circle shrinks around him, and then he just randomly snipes you when you're running across the way in front of him. And it's just so much random shit like that happens in those games that it's very irritating to me. Sweet, I got the push. There's just so much random chaos, and, like, the weapons you get are random. You open a loot crate, you might get a great gun, you might get a terrible gun.
You might get a gun that's great, but you're not great with it. Some people just, their playstyle works more towards like submachine guns or more towards sniper rifles, and so then, you know, like, oh great, I'm a sniper rifle person, but I got stuck with a submachine gun, or vice versa. And then you have to throw in all the random shit the players are doing and whatever else. It's just so much chaos. And then in all that chaos, you die, and then you're thrown back into the queue to do it all over again. So it's like you either play the entire game and win, or you spent your entire time in queue for nothing. What's the spell? It's not Spellbreaker. That was a fun. I liked that game a lot, and that was a battle royale. But it had other modes that you could play that weren't battle royale modes, and the gameplay was really fun. It was really movement based. The spells made it really interesting because it wasn't just guns. I thought about streaming that actually for a while. And what was the other one? Naraka Blade Point. I don't think that's that bad either. That's kind of fun just because it's different and it's like swords and melee weapons and... Oh no, Mario! But yeah, I don't know. I can get off and then I have a half hour before I have to be at work. So yay! Like I said, I should be back on tomorrow. I'm going to try to keep a pretty set schedule as far as streaming goes. And this hour and a half just seems to be the right time in there when I can stream and nobody else is home. My contractor's outside, so he might make some noise occasionally, but you know. Sweet! I'll get my 10 skill points. Well, I'm hoping it saves after. Yep, there it goes. Progress saved. So, I'm gonna get off for the day. Everybody have a good day. Thank you for coming to the stream, and Snap a Dude out, y'all. Have a good day.